Just sit right back and hear a tale of a Vodcast crew who gather around their mighty drink to give their point of view. As man is a panel spy, he shows that he has fun, and Donny, our host, will jump along, guiding us through the storm, guiding us through the storm. Big T's our Rocky keeps us true, he often gets his say, and just a lad he knows the girls and everything Dragon's way, and everything Dragon's way. The Mad Dragon Vodcast is a journey unforeseen, with Tasman and Donny to the moon, and there's Big T and Coco, just the start, Muzzle and the other crew, here on the Mad Dragon Vodcast.
Well, g'day Dragons fans, and Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that good guff. What a beautiful day it is. I just wanted to get on now and go through the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year, the final 7 rounds of the regular season, just reviewing the 2025 season as we all start to get excited and pumped up for what 2026 may offer. Of course, a few people may be starting to get fairly excited about 2027 rather than 2026 with certainly highly speculated signing of Keon Kolowamatangi. Looking forward to having him in the red and white in 2027. He's a wonderful player. He's the missing piece of our pack. We need that pack leader. We've got a lot of very, very good young forwards. So adding Keon Kolowamatangi to that list, I think, makes us a hell of a lot stronger in 2027. Not sure how 2026 is going to go. I think it's going to be another building year, getting some minutes into those young players' legs, and hopefully a few less injuries. I definitely don't think we look a better team on paper than what we had in 2025. We don't look significantly better. There's a few areas where we've improved slightly, but I wouldn't be expecting a massive uplift. However, we had a horror injury run in 2025. So, maybe if we have less injuries, 2026 can still be a better year. But I certainly wouldn't be expecting top 4 or winning any premierships in 2026. But 2027, maybe a different story. Keon Kolowamatangi might set some dominoes falling as Shane Flanagan starts to build the team that he's looking for. But let's get in to the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year. And we've been doing some posts throughout December. And we got up to round 20, so into round 21. And, well, this was a high-scoring, disappointing performance, given where we were sitting at that stage of the year, taking on the Cowboys, a team that wasn't going all that well. A lot of points scored, defence not at the premium at all. Sloan with a double, Little grabbed a double. Alan Feeney scored tries as well, and Cole Flanagan with 4 from 6. It was another nail in the coffin of the 2025 season and really put us on life support and into a situation where we pretty much needed to win every single game after that point. G'day, Gary. Good to see you in the comments, mate. Just going through the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year votes. And the votes from this game, well, Jacob Little was comfortably the man of the match, picking up 22 votes from our panel. Tyrell Sloan and David Clemmer, the other two major vote getters, Sloan getting 9 and Clemmer 7. Luciano Leilua, Hamish Stewart, Matt Feeney, Corey Allen, Jack DeBellin, Jaden Sewer, and Moses Sully all picking up votes in that game against the Cows. And this is what it looked like after 20 rounds. This is the top 5 with Clint Gutherson on top. The only 2 blokes to get votes that are were in the top 5 after 20 rounds was Jaden Sewer and Jack DeBellin, both picking up a couple of votes each. That sees Jack DeBellin move above Toby Couchman to 101 votes. The other change to the top 5 is Valentine Holmes drops out of 5th spot, and the man of the match from the round 21 game, Jacob Little, moves into 5th spot with 88 votes. Paul Wiseman, go the Dragons, absolutely. Let's hope they can continue moving up the ladder, or start moving up the ladder in 2026. And, as I said in the intro, certainly looking forward to 2027. And looking forward to the official announcement of Keelan Kaloa-Matangi for 2027. Even my para-supporting mates love Johnny. Come on, the Dragons. Yeah, good to hear, Scotty. I don't know about having para-supporting mates, though, mate. You need a better class of friend. But this is how the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year votes look after 21 rounds. Jacob Little into the top 5. So now on to round 22. And this was one of our best wins of the year. It capped off, it makes you shake your head a bit, I think, when you look at what the Dragons did in season 2025. We beat the minor premiers, the Canberra Raiders, in this game, 18 points to 12. We beat the Brisbane Broncos. We beat the Melbourne Storm. So we beat the teams in the grand final and the minor premiers throughout the season, and still finished down near the bottom of the ladder. It really does make you scratch your head. This one was a really tough, gritty performance. We're unlucky not to beat the Raiders in Canberra. And a really, really solid performance. It was actually 2 tries each, and we took quite a few penalty goals whenever there were points on offer. We knocked over the 2. So Flanagan kicking 5 from 5 to get us home, 18 points to 12 in that game. And Flanagan definitely got some votes. It was very, very close in terms of the panel's thoughts on this contest, but it was Jack DeBellin that was ultimately voted as the man of the match in this game with 13 votes. Cole Flanagan and Lycan King Togia, the other guys, to get quite a few votes, 11 and 10 respectively. Moses Sully, David Clemmer, Corey Allen, Damien Cook, Matty Finai, and Luciano Leilua, along with Hamish Stewart and also Michael Molo picking up votes in this game against the Raiders. So again, the top 5, Jack DeBellin moves past Jaden Sewer into 2nd spot with that man of the match performance. He was the only guy in the top 5 that picked up votes. So that's the only change to the order. And with a few rounds to go, it does see Jack DeBellin move to within just 3 votes of Clint Gutherson, who is still leading after 22 rounds. 117 votes for Gutho, 114 for DeBellin, 106 for Sewer. Toby Couchman, we know he's not getting any more. He's got the cool century. And Jacob Little with 88 votes make up the top 5. So moving now into round 23, and we broke a hoodoo, beating the Sharks 22-14. This was one that was pretty special. It kept our seasons alive, although it was certainly right on tenterhooks. But to get a win over the Sharks, they'd had the wood on us for quite some time. We'd barely won a game against them in about 100 years, it seems, and little brother was getting a bit chirpy. So it was great to get the win over the Sharks, a rare victory. And I think the scoreline actually flatters the Sharks in this one. The Dragons dominated this contest. We scored four tries. I'm pretty sure we scored 5 tries to 3 in this one. There's only 4 try scorers listed there. I think I must have missed one, but Flanagan kicking 3 from 6 kind of kept the Sharks in the contest. The player of the match in this game, though, was Clint Gutherson. 18 votes. Got the top gong from the panel. Again, fairly well spread, the votes across quite a few different players, like in King Togia getting 10 votes and Jack DeBellin with 9. Hayden Buchanan had a good game, coming into the top side with 7 votes. Tyrell Sloan, David Clemmer, Hamish Stewart, Moses Sully, and Damien Cook all the other vote getters in this game. So Gutho with man of the match, Jack DeBellin getting 9 votes as well. So the top 2, the only ones to get votes in this game, and it puts a bit of space between them and the chasing group, I suppose. But Gutho now 12 votes clear of Jack DeBellin in top spot. DeBellin, 123 votes is a fair way clear now of Jaden Sewer on 106. Toby Couchman with 100 votes and Little 88. So now to round 24, and well, as I said, we needed to win all our remaining games, and this was the final nail in our coffin, and it was a performance that the Dragons fans could really be proud of against the Warriors. We gave it absolutely everything we had. This was another game. It seems like a common theme where players just dropped left, right, and centre. It was a tough encounter up against the Warriors. And in the end, we just ran out of puff. We didn't quite have enough, and the Warriors winning this one, 14 points to 10. Matty Feeney with a double, and Kyle Flanagan kicking 1 from 2. David Clemmer was the man that got man of the match in this game against the Warriors. The forwards that didn't go down, that didn't get hurt. They worked incredibly hard, and I think this was the only man of the match award for the season for David Clemmer. I think he got better and better as the year went on, and really, a lot of Dragons fans liked what he did towards the back end of the year, and disappointed to see him head off to the Saints for 2026. I thought he'd done enough to perhaps get a 1-year extension and stay with the club for another year. Given the lack of experience in our forward pack, I thought Clemmer might have been a good one to keep around. But alas, he has moved on and is no longer with the Dragons. But man of the match in this game against the Warriors, Damien Cook with 50 tackles, a double to Matty Feeney. They both picked up 10 votes each. Luciano Leilua, Christian Tuipulotu, Kyle Flanagan, Lycan King Togia, Jacob Halangahu, Jacob Little, Hayden Buchanan, and someone else there that I can't see getting votes in this one against the Wars. From here, the Dragons, their season was over, and they played like it. These last 3 games, I don't want to spend too much time dissecting the actual games themselves because they were tragically bad, and it makes it very difficult, I suppose, to hand out votes when you're not playing all that well. So moving on to round 25, I'll actually go through the vote getters, because Jacob Little, the only one of our top 5 from that Warriors game to get votes, he picked up the single vote. And he's the only one in the top 5 to get a vote. So he goes from 88 to 89, and that's the only thing that changes at the pointy end of the leaderboard with 3 games to play. Around 25, as I say, that's not a scoreline I want to look at for too long. The Bunnies 40 points to 0 over the Dragons, perhaps our most embarrassing performance of the year. But what I do want to focus on from this game is the man of the match. Normally in a performance like that, you're looking to your experienced players to try and step up. When you see young players play well, it's usually when they're running downhill, when things are going well, when everything's going according to plan, and they're having an easy time of it. So to see Jacob Halangahu, who is pretty much the only Dragons player that deserved any recognition from that game against the Bunnies, I think is a testament to his character and his the attributes that he is going to bring to this club over a long period of time. I think he's a hell of a player with a big future at the club. With 20 votes, he was the clear man of the match in that bad loss to the Bunnies. Damien Cook, I think, again, another 50-odd tackle performance, and Jacob Little were the other ones to get votes. You have to give votes to someone. I don't know that any of these players played particularly well in that 40-0 loss, but Tuipulotu, Loiko Tonga, Hayden Buchanan and Lycan King Togia, the other players to get some votes from panel members in that round 25 performance. And from the top 5, it again is Jacob Little, the only player getting votes. He gets 10 votes. He doesn't move up the leaderboard, but he moves to 99 votes, just 1 behind Toby Couchman, who is not getting any more. It's really congested for the minor placings, I suppose, on the leaderboard with Jaden Sewer on 106, Toby Couchman 100 votes, 99 votes for Jacob Little. So, certainly the order here could change quite dramatically. A bit of a gap from Sewer in third on 106 votes and Jack DeBellin on 123. And then Gutherson another 12 votes clear. But we'll add in Scoop. Scoop's joined us. How you going, mate? Well, what are you thinking of the leaderboard? So that's after 25 rounds, so 2 rounds still to play. Gutherson out in front on 135 votes. He's 12 votes clear of DeBellin. So from those last 2 games, do you think there's any change to this leaderboard?
There might be, but I'm not getting my hopes up too far, mate. I think, depending on how it goes in the last 2 rounds, who knows?
Well, I've just gone through your rounds 21, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The win over the Raiders, the win over the Sharks, a couple of very good wins there for the club. But what are your memories of those wins?
I was pretty much on the edge of my seat for most of those games because I know we've had a pretty much abysmal season with a lot of players through injuries and suspensions and some really close losses and some really far out losses against bottom table leading teams pretty much.
Yeah, well, it's funny that we seem to beat a lot of the top teams. We beat the Broncos, we beat the Storm, we beat the minor premiers, the Raiders, we beat the Sharks, who are a top 8 side as well in this sort of run home. And then you see a 40-0 loss to the South Sydney Rabbitohs, who didn't go that well. Another disappointing loss in that lot was the game against the Cowboys, who didn't have a great season either. So beating those top teams and struggling against the teams down near the bottom of the ladder, is that something you're hoping that we can maybe address a little bit in 2026? Look to become a little bit more consistent.
I'm hoping so, because one of the teams I'm really hoping that we do flog in the first round, because I'm going to be there watching it, hopefully against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, nobody's more excited about the start of the 2026 season than you, mate. On your way to Vegas, what are you going to get up to when you get to Las Vegas, mate? The city of sin.
What's going to
be the first sin you're going to commit, mate?
Well, when I get over there, maybe just sleep off the jet lag. And then maybe
you get out of Vegas and you're going to sleep. Well, that sounds like a good plan.
No, for one of the days, get over the jet lag. So arrive there. So I booked my flight going there, which is I'm leaving on the 25th from here, arriving on the 25th over there, losing that whole day's sleep to adjust my body to the American time zone, and then on the 26th, maybe go to a gun range or something and shoot guns over there. And then 27th, do fan day. And then 28th, pretty much go attend all 3 of the games over there. And I'll see what else I've got planned for the final few days while I'm over there for the week.
All right. Well, sounds like you've got it all planned out, mate. It doesn't sound like you're going to do Vegas the same way as I do it, but you do you, mate. We'll get into these last couple of games. Again, don't want to spend too much time dissecting these games because we were positively awful. Another loss in round 26, going down to the Manly Seagulls, 40 points to 24. King Togia, Gula, Tuapolotu and Little, the try scorers, with Flanagan kicking 4 from 4. At least we were able to get on the scoreboard in this game. It's probably the nicest thing I could say. Christian Tuapolotu, man of the match in this game, but only just clear of Jack DeBellin, picking up 15 votes. Tuapolotu with 16. Jacob Little also picking up votes with 9 votes. And Jaden Sewer was back in the side with 7 votes, Cook with 5, and then Lachlan King Togia, Hayden Buchanan, and Jacob Halangahu picking up votes. Christian Tuipulotu there at the top, Scope. When he played, he was pretty influential for us. I guess looking forward to 2026, are you hoping that he can stay on the field more consistently and get his hamstring sorted?
I don't know yet, Donny, but me and you and a few others are hearing reports that he might not even make the team next year with these 2 young guns that we bought from other teams in C2.
I love that because a guy has never played a game of rugby of NRL. He's not young. Setu 2 is 27 years of age. He's not a young gun. So can we not refer to him as like David Farley? Sure. Yeah, he is a young up-and-coming player from Penrith, but Setu 2 has been around the reserve grade system and has never been good enough for first grade. He's 27 years of age. He's not a young player at all, but he's just never played. He doesn't have any experience. He's been a decent reserve grader. I'm incredibly surprised to hear Shane Flanagan saying he's a chance of playing ahead of Christian Tuipulotu. I think that's absolute horseshit. It's just not going to happen. If Tuipulotu is fit, he will be the first winger picked. Farley and 2 might be training well, but that's very, very different to playing. And Christian Tuipulotu, I think he showed every time he played. He was one of our best players. He regularly ran up over 200 metres. He busted tackles. He scored tries. He was hard to handle. He laid our platform. For me, I don't care what reports you're hearing on other podcasts. If Christian Tuipulotu is fit, he needs to be in the on the picket swing and doing what he does.
But we'll just have to wait and see what happens after the trials are done.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is it's all well and good to be good when you're training with no real opposition, but once you get out there in the middle, that's when you really get tested, put under a lot of pressure and see how they go. But one thing I would definitely say about Setu 2 is he's good under the high ball, and that's something that I think him and David Farley both bring is a lot of height and a real target out on the wings if either of them do get an opportunity in 2026.
Well, the other thing about David Farley, he's like a younger version of Brian To'o without the headgear.
Yeah, I don't know about that comparison. Farley is sort of tall and lanky, and Brian To'o is built low to the ground and is an absolute tank. I'm not sure whether Farley fits that description, but we'll certainly get to see a lot more of him. I haven't seen a lot of Farley, but from what I have seen, he seems very tall and agile and a completely different player to Brian To'o. But you've been on the money with a few other things, Scoop, so maybe you've seen a bit more of him than I have. But from those vote getters of the top 5, quite a few picking up votes. Clint Gutherson not picking up any votes. Jack DeBellin with 15 votes moves himself. So a fair few changes to the leaderboard. Jaden Sewer with 7 votes as well, and Jacob Little with 9 votes moves above Toby Couchman. So Little moves above Couchman into 4th spot. But the big news, Scoop, is that Jack DeBellin, with 1 game to go, is 3 votes clear of Clint Gutherson as our Player of the Year. What are your thoughts on that?
I think last game of the year it's going to go down to the wire. And I don't know, but I think I've got Jack DeBellin edging out Clint Gutherson by a few points. But can't wait to see what happens in the last round of the year.
Oh, amazing, mate. The 1 game ago, you didn't think anything was going to change, and now all of a sudden, you still don't think anything's going to change, but now because it already has changed. But you're right, it's certainly going to go down to the wire. I think this is the closest Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year that we've ever had. We've done it a few years now, and Benny Hunt had a bit of a stranglehold on it. I think he won it 3 years in a row, and then Zach Lomax winning it last year. So, if Jack DeBellin wins it, it's going to create a bit of a tradition that no player that's currently at the club has ever won a Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year award. And, yeah, it's certainly, I don't know, auspicious. Another big loss to finish off the season to the Panthers, going down 40 points to 20. Flanagan, Allen, Sloan and Sewer, the try scorers, and Flanagan kicking 2 from 4. Right, let's drag this out a little bit. So this is what it looks like after 26 rounds. Let's go through sort of some of the minor vote getters in this one. Hame Sele became the 29th player to receive votes in season 2025. He got his first and only votes in this final game. Corey Allen finished just above him. He got votes in this game as well. He finished in 26th spot overall. The biggest mover from this final round was Loco Tonga. Loco Tonga, he moved past Sione Finau, Jacob Halangahu, Luciano Leilua, and Moses Sully to move up into 15th overall on the leaderboard. Another guy that picked up votes in round 27 was Kyle Flanagan. He got 4 votes in this game, and that moved him level with Hamish Stewart. And I think that's an interesting one, Scoop. How many people do you think, if you told them that Kyle Flanagan and Hamish Stewart were just as good as each other, equally as good, how many do you think would laugh in your face?
Oh, pretty much all Dragons supported base, I reckon, because a lot of us don't like Kyle Flanagan.
Well, a lot of us do like Hamish Stewart. I think rather than focusing on the negative, focus on the positive. I think a lot of people were fairly enamoured with the performances of Hamish Stewart during season 2025, and to see him finishing absolutely level with Kyle Flanagan as the 13th and 14th best players for season 2025, I think would surprise a few people, but that is the way that the panel has seen it. All right, well, let's get into the top 5. Toby Couchman, of course, didn't play in round 27. He was injured towards the back end of the year.
He was injury.
It was certainly up near the top. Before his injury, I think he was 1 vote behind Gutherson in second place. So, if he had stayed fit, he would have been a very good chance of being the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year. Do you think people underestimate how good Toby Couchman's season was last year?
I think a lot of people did, yeah. I think he was by far one of the best players in the squad coming from the forward pack.
Absolutely. Well, moving up this leaderboard, Jacob Little. He needs a perfect round to draw level with Jack DeBellin, because 10 panel members vote on the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year. If everybody gives him 3, that'll be 30 votes and would move him level with DeBellin at the top. In the round 27 performance against the Panthers, Jacob Little received 0 votes, and he stays in 4th place with 108. Jacob Little, Scoop. He actually, I might ask Big T. Jacob Little.
Guys, here you go.
Yep, I'm gonna hop off.
Merry Christmas, Big T.
Big T shine for the rest of the show.
All right, see you later. Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year to everybody. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so Jacob Little, we're just chatting about him. He didn't get any votes in round 27, so he does finish 4th in the voting for the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year. Came off the bench pretty much the entirety of the season, and it's a remarkable achievement to be the 4th best player for your team when you're basically playing 25 to 30 minutes per game.
Yeah, that's right. And
do you think he was underutilised?
Picking up 108 votes. Imagine if he played 60 minutes a game. he'd pick up more votes. He's our best player by far.
Do you think he was underutilised in 25?
Oh, 100%, 100% underutilised. Some games he was getting 20 minutes, but yeah, he's got to play 60 to 70 minutes a game. And, like I said, he could have picked up a lot more votes.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess in 2026, a lot of people are suggesting that Jacob Little will move into a starting role, and Damien Cook will go back to the bench. Is that something you're expecting to happen in 26?
You can't expect anything with Flano. He could do anything. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him move into a more Cam McGuinness role. And play that sort of game. They can both play 60-odd minutes. We've got Kyle Flanagan there. You can throw him into 14. So that's the way I'd go, I reckon.
Yeah, there's certainly a few options. I don't know that I mean, we used Damien Cook at lock this year quite a lot, and I don't think it worked. I think it worked in one game against Brisbane. But we did it pretty much every week for the back half of the season, and the only time it worked was that one game against the Broncos.
Yeah,
I don't think moving your 9 to 13 works all that often. I think we've got better options at 13 in Hamish Stewart or Ryan Couchman. I don't know. It's certainly going to be interesting to see how Flano shapes his pack next year. A lot of young players fighting for spots, and Josh Kerr coming back to the club. It's very, very, very young side though for 26.
We've got 12 odd players vying for 6 spots there. There's a lot of good players that are going to miss out. You got Sewer and Leilua, and then we got Hamish Stewart and Dylan Egan and Ryan Couchman coming through. Where do they play? So anyway, we're talking about votes. Last year's votes. Let's have a look.
Well, round 27. I'll tell you that I'll let you in on a hint. The man of the match for round 27 was in the top 3, and it was Jaden Sewer. Now Sewer, he needs 22, 25, 26 votes to move into top spot. So he needs 26 votes to move into top spot. As the man of the match, Jaden Sewer. Well, the scoop comes back on. He must have gone to the toilet. He's done his shit, and now he's back. That was quick, mate.
No, sorry, Mum was just talking to me about coming back from the US.
All good, mate. Well, Jaden Sewer, man of the match in round 27, got 23 votes. So not quite enough to catch Jack DeBellin at the top. But it will move him past Clint Gutherson into second spot. Jaden Sewer finished second in the Mad Dragons Vodcast last year as well. Could he hold on and take second again, do you think, Liam?
No, he was one of our best players, better than Clint Gutho. But I think Jack DeBellin in his last game for the club, maybe, I don't know. I don't think he's going to go that well at Para next year, but I think he was by far the best player for us when he first debuted and till now, which is unfortunately we let him go. I think he was by far the best player of the year for us.
Yeah, well, Mohammed Dib is surprised by the leaderboard here at the moment. We're still going through it. At the moment, it's not finalised just yet. But Jaden Sewer, again, he had a couple of injuries through the year. There was some great performances. He was man of the match for the second year in a row in the Anzac Day game. So that's a game that he always tends to really step up for. He had a great year again when he was on the park. I think he was one of our best forwards. But the other two blokes, I can tell you, one of the guys picked up 6 votes. Liam, it was Jack DeBellin with 6 votes. So moves him to 144 votes. Big T's disappeared and come back.
No, we've got that many people down here on vacation. My bandwidth is minimal. So
yeah, well, no one comes to Fellenbrook for a holiday, mate. So there's no one using mine. But DeBellin with 144 votes. Clint Gutherson, he will need 10 votes in this last round game against the Panthers to take top spot. I can tell you, Clint Gutherson had 2 try assists in that game against the Panthers. We only scored 4 tries. He assisted for 2 of them, had a couple of line break assists, had a very, very good performance. Was it enough for Gutho to be the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year? I can tell you that Billy gave Gutho 2 votes. And nobody else gave him votes, so Clint Gutherson finishes second overall, 1 ahead of Jaden Sewer. And the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year for 2025 is Jack DeBellin. I don't know that too many people would have expected that, Big T.
No, I don't think so. I think he might have got a few sympathy votes towards the end of the season after he signed with Parramatta from a few of our judges. But yeah, congratulations to him. Like he's leaving, or he's left. But congratulations to the man.
Well, I can tell you the people that are on here right now. Scoop, let's sort your column and let's see who you had.
Oh God.
Who do you think you had as the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year? Because it is freaking wild.
Oh shit! I don't know. I think
I can tell you the person you had as the best player for the Dragons in 2025.
Jaden Sewer.
You had him 9 votes clear of anybody else. 9 votes clear of anybody else. You think you had Jaden Sewer. I can tell you all season you gave Sewer 4 votes. So it wasn't Jaden Sewer. Jaden Sewer you had in 13.
No, if I know Scoop, that Donnie, if I know Scoop, it'll probably be Tegan Berry.
Well, with 22 votes, far more than anybody else gave this player, the best player for the Dragons in 2025, according to Scoop, was Lycan King Togia.
Oh, yeah, he loved him all year, didn't he? He loved him all year.
He clearly did. 22 votes. You had 13 votes for Little, Sloan, and Dylan Egan. So they, and then in 5th spot you had DeBellin and Hamish Stewart. So Lycan King Togia.
Top 5.
Big T.
Yes, sir.
Big T, you also had somebody as your top vote getter that didn't make the top 5.
I'm going to say David Clemmer.
You had Damien Cook.
Oh, Damien Cook, yeah. I thought
Damien
he played
Cook,
well all
22
year.
votes for Cook.
He was solid all year.
22 votes for Cook, 20 for Sewer, and then you had Couchman, Clemmer, and Val Holmes.
Fair enough.
Me, I had 19 votes for Jaden Sewer, just ahead of Gutherson, and then it was DeBellin, Little, and Couchman for me.
Yeah. Did any of us out of the Mad Dragons panel have DeBellin as their top vote getter?
Yeah, so the most votes for DeBellin came from Hasman. Hasman had 27 votes for Jack DeBellin. And he had Jaden Sewer, Clemmer, Toby Couchman, and Jacob Little in his top 5.
He's a good judge, Hasman. He's a good judge.
Muzzer also had DeBellin on top, 1 clear of Sewer. And then a bit of a gap back to Gutherson, Couchman, and Holmes.
So did Muzzer get the trifecta? Well, the open trifecta anyway.
He had the box trifecta.
Yes.
Benny O'Brien had DeBellin on top, just ahead of Little, Sewer, Egan, and Hamish Stewart. I can tell you that the panel member that liked Jack DeBellin the least was Coco. Only 3 votes all season for DeBellin.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought he played better than that.
Yeah, I thought he did too. She had Tyrell Sloan on top of the Pops.
But she's got a crush on Sloan.
She definitely does.
She'll give him points every week, even if he didn't play.
Yeah. So she had Sloan ahead of
Even
Little,
though he
and then
played
Cook,
like crap.
Gutherson, and Tuapolotu. And
Cool.
well, I guess the beloved leader of the show, Jesse, had he was the guy that had the most votes for Clint Gutherson. 23 votes for Gutho. Was 9 clear of Tuapolotu and Clemmer, with Holmes and Couchman rounding out his top 5. So there you go. Go Muzzer. Muzzer's watching.
Muzzer. No, look at Muzzer.
Watching along.
This one right. He can get this one right, but he can't get Muzzer's multis right. Come on. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, there we go. Oh, not that one. Yeah, so I don't know. The end of the 2025 season. I mean, wasn't a great one overall. Was it, Big T?
Well, when you look at the way we finished on the ladder, I don't think it was a great one. But when you look at results in the game, for and against, that was all in the positive. So I'm positive from what it has been. So I think we're moving forward. I don't want to mention the new signing until he actually signs, but that's 2026, 2027 anyway. But yeah, I think we're going to have a fine season. We'll finish bottom of the top 8, I think.
Well, let's crack open another beer. Let's raise a glass to the 2025 season. The Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year, Jack DeBellin. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers,
come on,
Jacko.
Dragons fans. Fire up!
Fire up, baby.
Coco is that pedal's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Muzzer tells tales of dragons, wins and tune victory. Tony and the MP crew will do their very best. Getting off topic and I digress with a red bee on our chest. The Mad Dragon Vodcast is a sheep of camaraderie. Navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big wet feet. And so our paddlers weave the tales and our pursuit is our dream. The Mad Dragon Vodcast, funded by our team.